Welcome back to the Cricket Today podcast. I'm your host, Liam McAllion, also known as the Stats Guy. I'm with Marcus Bazzano here. Very excited for the T20 World Cup so far, and the Aussies are going well, so he's even more excited. How you going, Marcus?
Cry, England, cry. Jeez.
Yeah, we'll get into that. There's a little bit of controversy that we might bring up in a year now, very soon. T20 World Cup fever. It's been absolutely awesome. You've got the West Indies killing it. You've got Afghanistan killing it. England, maybe not so much. You've got Australia on fire. A few other teams going really well. New Zealand look a bit shaky as well. Maybe it's the kits. I don't know.
No, the kit is horrible. You like it. I don't know how.
I don't know. Teal's a good colour.
Let us know in the comments if you actually like the New Zealand kit or not. Because I think it's horrendous.
Yeah. I think a lot of people are in the office don't like it, but I don't mind. Alex might be on my side, which is a bit of a worry. From our other shows.
Nothing.
We're going to wrap up each game across the last few days in the T20 World Cup, go through some news, a yeah-nah question as always, our tips, how we're going in the tips. I think Marcus is in the lead so far, but I'm not too far behind him.
Yeah.
Of course. And then preview the big games, including Australia versus Scotland over the weekend, which Australia undefeated so far. Let's see if they can continue that trend. Before we start, make sure you get around this podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and subscribe to our YouTube. We're up to past 700 now, so we're just ticking it over.
That.
Road to 1,000 is the next goal. We're not far away. And then get around all the socials at Cricket Today AU. All right, bit of news. What do we want to start with, Marcus?
Well, there was a bit of controversy in the US-India game. Obviously, India sort of cruised home in that game, winning by 6 or 7 wickets.
Yeah, 7 wickets, yeah.
But the US copped a 5-run penalty for taking too longer than a minute in between overs.
I usually, looking back at it, I'm like, fair enough. They had a couple of warnings, the commentator said, but that's a little bit unlucky. It went under a run of ball because of that 5-run penalty, which helps a lot. Yeah,
they went from needing 35 of 30 to 30 of 30.
India are going to win anyway, so that's part of it, but I think that's a little bit unlucky. T20 cricket, they're trying to make it really quick, so maybe that's a I do
get that, but in all fairness, they did already cop 2 warnings.
What are they doing? Trying to set their
They must be trying to set their field and just go ham. But
I think in Sunday cricket, when I was captain, I would have got a lot of time down. The ball was running in, I'm changing my field. I definitely would have got a few time down. Next one we'll have a look at. I might bring up a couple of teams here. Is Australia the team to beat? Just a little impromptu part of the news.
Yeah.
Aussies are undefeated.
Australia, in my head, is now the favourite to win the tournament, and we should win the tournament.
Should win the tournament. Is that it's a failed tournament if we don't win it from here? Is that what you're saying?
It's a failed tournament if we don't make the final.
Okay.
I believe.
Yeah. All right.
Because I think you look at the other world beaters. I'm not including West Indies in this because they're not really a world beater. But I'm talking
West Indies,
India.
India. Sorry.
India.
Yeah.
India.
Yeah.
They've been kind of
they've still been very good.
They've won every game. They could have lost to Pakistan.
True.
Ireland has been terrible. So they beat Ireland. And against America, it took between last 9 balls of the game to win that. Yeah, exactly. So
last 2 overs it came down to. So
chasing a low total as well.
Yeah, I think we'll find out a lot more in the Super 8 because even Australia have had a few rotating players and you'll know more against the bigger teams.
And I think it helps because Australia has played in Barbados in the West Indies, whereas India have played in America.
Yeah.
So we're already accustomed to the conditions.
Yep.
We already know everything, played on those pitches.
And they are a lot tougher, I think, in America. Those dropping pitches in Dallas and New York have been shocking. And
Virat Kohli's scored 5 runs
from
3 games.
The GOAT himself? What's going on there?
The rat.
I know. All right, let's get into it. Yeah, nah. What was your yeah, nah that you put in here? Relating to Australia?
I'll bring this to you because you're half Scottish.
Yeah, I'm going for Scotland in the Euros, yeah.
And it involves Scotland.
Okay.
Should Australia be allowed to rest their players against Scotland? Obviously, England fans aren't too happy if Australia do.
Yeah, so if if Scotland don't lose by too much, they're going to progress over England, which is very awesome. Awesome being Aussie fans. I think it's part of any World Cup, in any sport. You rotate players. Just say a soccer team, for example, you're rotating strikers a lot. You're rotating people off the bench. Australia can do what they want. I think even if England were on top of this table, they'd probably rest a few players against Scotland anyway. Just 100%. Just to rotate the squad because T20 cricket, they're playing every couple of days in World Cups. We've got a lot of older guys in this team, like Hazelwood. I was going to say Stark. A lot of the bowlers are older. Rotate them. Why not? Yeah,
100%. Like you said in soccer, you rotate your best players if you've already qualified.
Yeah,
and it doesn't matter if Australia finish first or second.
Yeah,
because we're the same seed. So therefore, rest your best players.
Yeah, why not?
And even still, we're only making 3 changes max if that's what happens. and we still should be beating Scotland.
Yeah, with
those players anyways.
Yeah, so who are the players that can come in?
Ashton Agar, who hasn't featured yet in the tournament.
He hasn't been too good lately, but he's very experienced.
He's very experienced. Yep. He can both bat and bowl. Mm-hmm. He's very handy.
Yep.
Nathan Ellis, who's already played 2 games.
He's a gun, yeah.
2 of the 3 games. Mm-hmm. And Josh Inglis,
who we saw at the MCGs tear it up for Australia.
And I'm very surprised he didn't.
He's not in the starting team.
He didn't, he's not in that starting team.
Yeah.
So
okay.
I don't know what England are crying about, honestly. Jeez.
Yeah, I think they need to. Hazelwood just worded it badly because they asked him and they baited him in the press conference saying, "Oh yeah, you're going to change your side for England." He said, "Yeah, we might have to. Like, we don't like England and things like that." They did bait him out a little bit. And it made it sound bad, but yeah, it's just England having a sort of
spirit of cricket.
Spirit of cricket,
spirit.
I don't know what the spirit of cricket is, England. Anyway, we'll have to see if they can. Yeah, we can still beat Scotland, I think, even if it's only 3 changes. Yeah, it's not a massive change to your team. You can't do that in World Cup unless players get injured and things like that.
It's like 3 changes, and 2 of those people should be in the starting 11 anyways.
I wish that Fraser McGurk was in the squad because this would be a game where he could just go bonkers. But he's still the travelling reserve. He's going over there. Yeah. I saw some videos of him in the nets. I'm like, oh, get him out there.
We'll get to that Scotland show.
We'll get into that. Before we get into the game wraps, like I said before, subscribe to the YouTube channel. We're on the road up. We've got killing it on TikTok, but we want to get more followers and subscribers on the YouTube at Cricket Today AU, Cricket Today podcast. All right, game wraps. Pakistan, they finally got a win. Yay! Hey, well done, Pakistan. You're back. Finally got a win. I was against Canada. Well done.
It took 17 overs to chase 107, but they did it.
Yep, so you got Canada 106 for 7 off their 20. Wasn't an easy pitch. A lot of these pitches are making games a lot closer than they should be, I think.
Particularly in America,
Pakistan 107 for 3 off 17.3. Yep. They went about this very slowly. I think, did you message, or it might have been Leo in one of the chats, that they only hit 5 boundaries in the whole match in Pakistan. The whole innings. That is disgraceful. Even if they somehow make it out of this group, they're not going to progress very far the way they're playing at the moment. Yep. You got Babar Azam and Mohammad Rizwan, who we love on this show. But they're much more suited to one day because they always go at about a run a ball. Yep. They need to lift that strike rate if they're going to go far.
They literally did go a run a ball.
Oh, did they?
Rizwan went 53 or 53 and Babar Azam went 33 or 33.
Oh, there you go. I didn't even know that.
And they were the only 2 players to hit those boundaries.
Okay. Oh, wow.
Yeah, so...
Yeah, you need that. Even if it's just 60 or 53, you're going, all right, that is at least a bit more attacking. You can't... 100 strike rate isn't enough in T20 cricket.
Particularly in the position that they're in. They sort of need a net run rate boost anyways.
Yep.
Although it's unlikely that they will progress. Although their net run rate is better than America as it currently stands. But obviously
they haven't got enough wins at the moment. Yeah. Who was the standout in this one? You said Rizwan and Bubba made a few runs at least.
Yeah, they did. But on a Canada front, Johnson made a half century, 52.
Nice.
44 balls. Yep. So there's that strike rate that you mentioned. But Muhammad Amir was 2 for 13.
He's been good,
his 4 overs, except for the super over where he bowled 7 wide.
yeah. Forget about that part of his tournament, which seemed rigged. But
that was very suspicious.
And he bowled 7 wide anyway. Very suspicious. He's going to remember for that. But other than that, he bowled really well against India.
Yes.
Then he's bowled really well again against Canada. So 100%. Maybe he's back into form and he's forgotten about maybe he got hypnotized.
It's a shame that game will... cost themselves progressing, but oh well.
Yeah, we'll have to see. Pakistan's still slightly holding on in their group, in the group stage. But
they got a slight chance.
But I think it's going to be USA and India in that group. Next one we're going to talk about, the Aussies turned it on. They said, Namibia, what are you doing here? Namibia 72 all out after the 17th over. Australia 74 for 1. Only lost 1 wicket. Made the runs in 5.4 overs.
That's
the Aussies.
ridiculous.
Made 74 in 5.4 overs.
Yeah. You compare that with Pakistan, who take 17 overs, 17 and a half overs to chase 105.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. You compare it to New Zealand, who only made 75 against Afghanistan. We're making 74 in 5.4 overs. That's unbelievable. That's we broke a few records as well.
We did. It was our fastest ever 2020 win.
Yep.
Chasing it down in 5.4 overs.
Yep.
And it was also the lowest total conceded. Namibia bowled all out for 72 off 17 overs. But you want to talk about Erasmus?
How long was he? About him.
How long was he on 0 for?
Jared Erasmus, 16 balls, and I think about half an hour or more he was batting. Yeah. Just hit. I don't know. Don't hit it to the fielder, mate.
Credit to him. He made 36. He made half of Namibia's runs.
I know, but geez.
But once you're 0 after 16 or 17 balls, it just builds the pressure on the strikers as well.
He had to carry him on his back a little bit. Made half the runs, then he bowled. I think he would have bowled his at least a couple overs because they only bowled 5.4.
Yeah.
But you can't do that. None for 16. Oh, sorry, 0 off 16 balls.
Yeah,
he was.
I know, yeah.
He at least progressed after that.
They were always in a bit of trouble.
He's just standing at the non-strikers and going, why is everyone getting out?
It's like, lads, come on, this is easy.
Yeah, this is easy. Just stay in. The other one I wanted to talk about, Zampa's 4 for 12, means he's the first ever Aussie to 100. Sorry, I was going to say 100,000 almost. 100 T20 international wickets. So the first one to get the ton.
Very impressive.
He should raise the ball, I reckon, coming off the ground.
He should have.
He's passed Chahal and Shahid Afridi, Boom Afridi in the T20 international wickets. So there's a fair few that have got 100, but first Aussie to get 100, which surprised me a little bit.
Yeah,
but I think I saw Finchy talking about it on the TV. He's probably one of Australia's best ever white ball bowlers.
Yeah,
you have to put him up there.
He's quietly just breaking around, breaking records. Like I wouldn't
say quietly. He's got the hair going. He's got the glasses.
Yeah, his 2020 career has gone very under the radar. Yeah. Although there are a lot of bowlers. I'm having a look at the list
They've got
now
100. Yeah,
that have got 100 wickets. But
still good effort.
First one for Australia.
Yeah, so. Get around the Zorb.
Yeah, get around Zamstagram.
Yeah. We've given him a shout out there. All right, next one we're going to talk about USA versus India. USA 110 for 8 off their 20 overs. Not too bad. Again, in these pitches in America. Pretty defendable. India just got over the line, 111 for 3 off their 18.2. Actually, it was pretty close. India won by 7 wickets, but didn't get it done until the second last over.
Yep.
USA again showing they can compete with the best teams. Yeah,
100%. And they're just showing that they can cause an upset if they progress to the next group stage.
Mm-hmm.
But we've already talked quite a bit about this game, so we'll just go over the key performers.
Yep.
Arshdeep Singh was 4 for 9 or 4.
He's
been superb.
He's been great. Yeah.
Sky Yadav made a half century, going at about run a ball.
Got dropped on 22. If USA caught him, it could have been game on because they drop off a little bit.
100%.
That would have been really cool. Yeah.
Yep. And I barely want to pronounce this guy's name for America.
Netravalka.
We'll go with that. Yep. Very well done. 2 for 18 off his 4, so he was sort of the pick of the bowlers for America. Yeah, he was great. Kohli, as you mentioned before, another golden he's having a mare.
He's having a stinker.
Go on the sewers with the rest of the rats.
Oh, jeez.
That's how his tournament performance has been so far.
It has been bad. The Pakistani is coming out of Marcus over there.
100%. I reckon, has Adam Zampa made more runs than Virat Kohli this series?
He might have. Some bowlers might have made more than 5 runs in the series. He's coming off one of the best IPL seasons of all time. And then he's come into this and not made a run. But at least Sky Yadav lifted for India and they got over the line. Still pretty comfortably, but USA put up a strong fight. If they make it through, they could cause a few upsets later.
They're showing that they're not easy beats.
Yeah, they've been really fun to watch the USA team.
No, they've been good.
All right, last one we're going to cover in the game wraps is West Indies taking on New Zealand. West Indies, solid score, 149 for 9 off their 20 overs. But it wasn't looking like that until the last couple of overs, right?
Yeah, there was 7 for 76 at one point after Dre Russ went out and you're thinking,
7 for 76 and they've ended up with, 149? That's 149.
Crazy. You think the Windies are in all sorts here.
Yeah.
Enters Rutherford,
the man.
He went off 68 off 39, 18 off the last over. It helps when you bring on a spin bowler who bowls half trackers.
Yeah, who bowled the last over?
Was it Santner, maybe?
Santner, possibly. Who's their spinners? Or was it? Yeah.
That was a shocking call to have the spinner bowl half trackers.
3 sixes in the last over. Rutherford, 68 off 39. He was awesome.
Yep.
What's he? I forgot his first name. Sherfane Rutherford. What a name.
There we go.
Yeah, he's great.
But Trent Bolt bowled well in that.
Trent Bolt was really good. What did he have? 3 for 16 off the 4 overs.
Yep. Clearly washed.
Yeah, not washed. He's not washed. Southie is, but he got 2 for as well. He was pretty good.
Yep.
Windies were 7 for 76. Then finished really strong. New Zealand put up 136 for 9. So it got within 10 runs.
It was skewed.
It was skewed. Final over, the last over, what was it?
Mid-center, 66.6.
A few more
1-1.
dots, yeah. He started off, so he needed 6 sixes off the last over. We're thinking, surely not. He goes 6-6 off the first 2. We're on! It's going to be the best cricket moment of all time in those awesome teal tops that the Kiwis had.
Yeah, needed 5 sixes and a 4.
It was never going to happen. I don't think he's hit 5 sixes in an innings before, even let
alone 1 over.
Center. And then there was a controversial, was it a wide? And then people were trying to stay in the game. But West Indies were too good.
Yep.
Who was the standout with the ball for the West Indies? Try to have a look.
Well, I'll go with the bat first.
Oh, bat first. Sorry. Yeah.
Glenn Phillips made 40 off 33.
He was pretty solid, yeah.
And Santner, chipped in at the end, who looked like he showed a bit of fight when there wasn't much fight left in the Kiwis.
21 off 12. And then you got, for the bowlers, Alzari Joseph. On this show, we've loved Shamar Joseph. Then I was going to say his brother. It's not his brother, but his mate, Alzarri Joseph, 4 for 19 off his 4.75 economy. He was awesome.
Excellent.
He's got new tips, a mohawk tips in his hair. I think maybe that's part of it. New haircut, new Alzarri.
No celebrations though, which is kind of odd.
West Indies are known for backflips, doing the salutes, doing everything.
Love the celebrations.
Alzarri Joseph, maybe he's not West Indian. I don't know. He didn't. He didn't even give us anything for all 4 of his wickets.
Maybe we'll wait until the semi-finals.
Maybe he's trying to be serious. He's like, we're going to win it all. Talking about that, can the Windies go all the way? That is the big question here. I was going to put that in the NR, but I'll put it with the West Indies. They're playing so well here. They've got the best net run rate, I'm pretty sure, in the whole competition.
They are.
Unless the change today.
I'm going to go no.
Okay.
I still don't think they can do it. Like they've won every game so far. Don't get me wrong.
Yep. They know the home conditions. But
as soon as they came up against a strong team in New Zealand,
it got a lot closer.
It was 7 for 76. Look, they didn't bat really well to get to 150.
Fair.
They were 7 for 76. They were in all sorts, and they sort of coughed it. I wouldn't say coughed it up towards the end, but I think when they play Afghanistan, that's going to be the big.
That's
test.
A huge game.
Big test.
Yeah. I think I've tipped West Indies because of the home conditions. They're really good there.
Yeah.
You've got, I think a pass mark would be just a few games before the final, maybe like a semi or something like that, because they're playing so well and because it's at home. Because I put them right up here. You got India and Australia in their category of their own. I still put West Indies above, obviously USA, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, South Africa. I'd still put West Indies above
100%.
those two.
I think considering home ground advantage, you think they want to make the semi-final. That's their sort of pass mark.
And they got a crowd there today, so that was great. That was,
it was excellent.
Awesome
good
crowd.
Vibes.
Yeah, good vibes from the West Indies fans. Yep. Possibly can go all the way, but I think we're leaning towards India or Australia at the moment, unfortunately, for West Indies fans. All right, tipping results. A few people have given up on tipping, but we haven't. You're leading the way with 21.
Yep.
Out of, I don't even know how many it is out of. I'm on 19. I got a few wrong earlier in the week, but we're very close.
We are close. And I think I'm tipping Afghanistan, you're tipping West Indies in that matchup.
Oh, okay. And then there's going to be a few games in the next couple of weeks that could even up our tipping, or it could make you go skyrocket to the lead.
All we know is Tom from Cricket Today is facing 150k by the bowling machine.
Oh, is that? I don't know if we're doing that.
Come on.
I don't want to die. I don't want to die. Actually, I don't have to do it.
You're like 7 tips
Tom's
ahead.
in Bali. He's forgotten about his tips.
Yeah,
that's good.
Sucks for him.
All right, that's our tips. Again, make sure you subscribe. That's what we want on the YouTube.
Yep. We're at around 7:10 now.
7:10, yeah, we're going up.
Fantastic.
We're going to be tracking it over the whole T20 World Cup, and we're just trying to get it up to closer to 1,000. So yeah, make sure you subscribe on YouTube. All right, quick fire tips. The weekend games, I'll ask you and then I'll quickly give my answer. Bangladesh, Netherlands. This one's tomorrow. Who are you going? This is a big game for who comes out of the group.
This is a huge game for who comes out of the group. And I've been on Netherlands since the start of the tournament. And you know what? I'm going to back them again.
You're going Netherlands?
I'm going to go the Netherlands.
I was on Netherlands. I'm going back to Bangladesh because they've looked okay the last couple of games and should have won the other one.
Yes.
Their openers are going to kill it. So I'm going to go Bangladesh. Next one, England, Oman. I really, really want to pick Oman, but surely England smash Oman.
And look, Oman have showed something throughout the tournament.
Yeah.
Like they were good against Australia. They lost in a super over, which they should have won.
Yep.
But yeah, I think England have to win this, don't they?
Yeah, agreed. Next one, USA, Ireland. This is a big game. Ireland have been horrible. They were the probably third favourite in this group over USA and Canada. Now they're last. They need to show something here, Ireland, but I think USA are going to win this one pretty easy. They've looked awesome.
Yeah, the way the US have looked, it's hard to go against them.
Yep. So we're both going US?
We're both going the US.
All right. I can't believe that. If you said I was picking USA over Ireland at the start of the tournament, I thought you would have thought you were crazy. Last one, we'll talk about England again because they need a win. It could come down to this. If they get a big win against Namibia, net run rate. So Namibia versus England is the last one for the tipping.
I will go
I'm going to go Namibia. Stuff it. I reckon Trumperman Pfeiffer, Erasmus will make up for that 0 off 16 start, and he's going to make a 50.
No, although I don't think it will happen.
No, I think it will happen. I think it will happen. Namibia will beat England. I'm doing what Tom did with USA and Pakistan. All right. Before we go, we're going to do Australia versus Scotland. Bit of more of a breakdown on this one. This is the second. Is it the last group game or second last group game?
For us, it's the last group game.
Yeah, for Australia. Obviously undefeated Australia. Scotland, slightly disappointing. They beat Ireland. No. Who did they beat? They beat someone. I'm going crazy.
They've won both their games and they've won.
They
won Namibia and Oman. And there was a washout in England.
Sorry, they've done really well. Scottish. I know I'm part Scottish. In cricket, I'm just Aussie. I think in soccer, I'm a bit Scottish.
Yeah.
All right. Standout player in this one. You can name either team, but Australia.
I went David Warner last time. I'm tempted to go him again. Okay. Just because I think he's third in the most runs scored in this tournament so far. He's been quietly very good.
People thought, should we pick Davey Warner? Even us.
You know what? We said that. I'm going to go Josh Inglis. He's going to come in. He's going to come into the side, and he's going to.
I don't mind that.
He's going to prove why he should have been in the starting team all along.
Okay. I'm going to go Richie Berrington. I keep talking up him. He's a good batter for Scotland. Anyway, he's had a great career for Scotland, so he's going to make a few runs for them.
Yep.
Australia, I'm going to go Nathan Ellis. I think this is going to be that game where we might rest a few of the other pace bowlers. He'll go, I've been here before. I'm having a great tournament. They asked him about him in and out of the side. He said, I don't care. I'm just happy to be here. And I know my role. His role is just to get wickets and just steam in. His action is so funny. Where he goes like that and he just runs in. His arms are flailing everywhere.
And it just shows how good he's been in bowling and what he's showing in the nets to get into the team ahead of the likes of Stark, Hazelwood and Cummins, albeit like a couple were rested.
Yeah. He's
been playing well.
He's been really good. He's very unlucky. I think almost every other country he'd be in the team every game.
Yeah.
Like other than India possibly, because there's just so many good pace bowlers from Australia.
He's a great short format bowler. But even if Scotland lose this game, I still think they progress ahead of England.
Yeah.
I think the net run rate is way too big.
Yep.
Scotland currently at plus 2.1, England minus 1.8.
Yep.
So unless we roll them like we did Namibia, then I think
I don't think we will either. But
they've got one hand on the Super 8.
That is so exciting. We'll have to do fingers crossed, do a rain dance for one of England's games, and that'll just guarantee that they don't make it. That would be very funny. All right, score prediction. I think Australia's going to win. I think it's going to be pretty close around that Oman game, about 30 runs. 30 runs-ish or maybe a couple of wickets.
I'll go a little bit more.
You go more?
I'll go Australia by 45.
45? Okay, yeah. But I think we should win pretty comfortably, even if it is that 30 runs.
Like 5 wickets, 45 runs.
Yeah, that's what Aussies just have the class and experience. All right. So the Aussies are going to go undefeated through the group stage is what we're saying.
They're going to go undefeated throughout the whole tournament.
I agree. I think I said that last podcast. All right, we're a bit biased being towards the Aussies. That stumps for the Cricket Today show. We'll be back with this next Monday or Tuesday, covering the whole weekend wrap of the Cricket World Cup, T20 Cricket World Cup. Send in any questions, get right around the show. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube. Get around this on the socials at Cricket Today AU. Thank you very much, Joe, behind the camera. Thanks, Marcus.
Thanks, Stats Guy.
Thanks to everyone else that's involved in the show. Thanks to me. And that's another episode of Cricket Today done. We're out.
If you like this show, make sure you check out all the other shows on the Sports Today Network, from the AFL Today Show to the Cricket Today Podcast, the Football Today Podcast, as well as NBA Australia and NFL Australia. With Sports Today, your sporting needs have never been easier to cover.